When I'm designing a brand for a client, there are always certain things that I keep in mind. Did you know that our brains are literally wired to react a certain way to different shapes and different colors? For an example, curved shapes are more naturally inviting. You connect to them more and they are more fluidity and they are more calm and collected. While sharp shapes or angular shapes, for an example, think of a knife, skyscrapers, or even fast cars that are like corners, similar to like a Lamborghini and things like that. This is just a normal way of how our brains are wired. And this is how I apply the same strategies to my brand designs that I do for my clients. So when I'm designing a brand design, it's not just me just creating a design. I'm literally creating a strategy that will allow them to have a certain identity to the market. And that market can tell these people that, okay, look, this is a certain brand and this is how I see this brand. And because I see this brand this way, this is how I'm going to react that way. For an example, think about Lamborghini and a Porsche. A Porsche is more circular, more curvy, it's more inviting, right? Whereas a Lamborghini, you're thinking of something as like power or force or just fast. Now, even though they're both fast, right? However, they are both different for different target markets. That is why people who drive Porsche and Lamborghini will tell you that there's a total difference between the two. For example, this is a brand that I designed for my client, and he wanted something that is more professional looking and conveys leadership, excellency, and power. So I used certain colors like the royal green, and I also had to create certain shapes and use certain fonts to make sure that I emphasize on that. I also added negative spacing because negative spacing allows you to focus on that specific object in the center, and that elevates the brand's authenticity. Whereas for this client, they also wanted something professional, but they wanted something that is more inviting, something that doesn't scream that I'm too expensive, but I'm also not too cheap, something that's right in the middle and it has nice inviting colors, and we managed to create that. Right. So it's very important to keep this in mind. So when next time you're hiring a brand designer, you're not just hiring them to create for you a logo or just some mock-ups. No, you're hiring them because you want your vision in your mind and how you feel about your brand, and you want them to take that and bring it into life so that you can go out there and do your thing, which is pushing your brand out there and making sure you get it in front of as many people as possible.